evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying with us. You are watching the Saturday edition of 6 Stories at 6 with me, Oyana Mitra. Over the next half an hour, I will take you through those 6 stories that have dominated the headlines today. So here we go. Up first, an explosion has ripped through the freight corridor in Punjab's Sirhind, with authorities now probing a possible sabotage angle. What's really going on, we'll tell you. Second, vehicles burnt, stones pelted and rampant arson violence. Who stoked unrest in Madhya Pradesh's Ujjain? We'll get you a ground update from the spot. Third, fresh video evidence has emerged in the death investigation of Techi Raj, and we at Republic reiterate that given the extent of negligence in this case, progress for the people is the need of the hour. Then we take you to Jammu and Kashmir, viewers, where counter-terror operations are extensively underway to dismantle the Jaish-e-Mohammed network. Next, an exclusive insight from our Jawans on what to expect from the Republic Day parade, with this being the first one post-Operation Sindoor. And finally, Iran's ultimatum to Donald Trump and how we may be staring at a full-blown war-like situation sooner than later. With that, let's get started. All right, viewers, on to our first story of the day. An explosion on a railway line in Punjab's Fatehgarh Sahib has triggered panic and a security alert. The blast damaged a freight train engine near Sirhind, injuring the driver and blowing apart a section of the track. The police and railway officials have now cordoned off the area and launched a joint probe as restoration work gets underway. Is there a larger conspiracy to sabotage the network ahead of Republic Day? Take a look.
An explosion has been reported on a late Friday night on a railway line in Sirhind, Fatehgarh Sahib in Punjab. Consequently, a freight train engine was damaged and the driver was injured.
The railway track has been damaged, and this is the rod of cement which can also be seen shattered after the blast. If you talk about the agencies in this, these central agencies have stepped in, which includes the NIA and the local police and the railway police force, who are investigating this matter. Luckily, no one has been killed in this blast, while no major property loss has been reported. Till now, if you talk about the investigation, the forensic teams have already collected the samples, and scientifically they are further investigating this whole matter. From the past 1.5 months, there has been number of threat calls which have been received all across Punjab.
Panic gripped the area after the blast, prompting immediate action on part of railway authorities and senior police, who swiftly reached the site, cordoned off the area and launched a joint investigation.
कल हमें लेट नाइट इन्फॉर्मेशन आई थी कि ये रेलवे ट्रैक के ऊपर एक छोटा सा ब्लास्ट हुआ है, माइनर ब्लास्ट हुआ है। तो उसके इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलने के बाद हम यहाँ पे हमारी टीम, जीआरपी की टीम, आरपीएफ की और काफ़ी और टीमें और डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स की टीम यहाँ पहुँच गई थी। तो यहाँ आके जो प्रिलिमिनरी इन्वेस्टिगेशन हुई है, उसमें यही निकल कर आया है कि एक बहुत छोटा सा माइनर ब्लास्ट हुआ है और उसमें ना कोई प्रॉपर्टी को नुकसान हुआ है, ना कोई जानी नुकसान हुआ है उसमें। और जो माइनर जो ट्रैक को नुकसान हुआ था, उसको भी बहुत जल्दी उसको रिपेयर कर लिया गया और अब जो रेलवे ट्रैक है वो फुली फंक्शनल हो चुका है।
All of this as Punjab is currently on red alert as a precautionary measure ahead of the Republic Day. In the past week itself, police have interrupted several terror operations, seized arms and explosives, and increased monitoring.
Now, following violent clashes in Madhya Pradesh's Ujjain, where VHP leader was attacked, the Tarana police station area was gripped by fresh unrest last night as a series of arson attacks broke out after renewed local tensions. Now, unidentified vandals targeted private property under the cover of darkness, most notably at a timber yard where attackers used petrol to ignite a massive blaze. Now, this horrific fire gutted the entire facility, while nearby Two vehicles parked in vicinity of the Qila Mosque also torched, adding to the night's chaos. Who stoked the violence? Who tried to incite anarchy? Here's more.
Sporadic incidents of arson were reported last night in the Tarana police station area following the renewed communal tensions. The attack was reportedly carried out by some unidentified vandals.
मैं इस समय तराना के नई बाखल जो इलाका है जहां पर कि पथराव हुआ, तोड़फोड़ हुई, वहीं पर हूं और मैं आपको ग्राउंड जीरो पर दिखाऊंगा कि किस तरह से हिंसा हुई।
These unidentified individuals targeted private property under the cover of darkness and set ablaze a timber yard using petrol. The owner of the destroyed timber yard, Mohammad Anif, recounted a harrowing scene. According to CCTV visuals, emergency services responded swiftly, with the fire brigade arriving on site. The arson incident occurred following the violent clashes in Madhya Pradesh, Ujjain, where VHP leader was attacked. 11 buses were vandalized on Thursday evening. Tensions flared in Tarana town of Madhya Pradesh Ujjain district after a minor dispute over yielding the road escalated into violent clashes involving two communities. The investigation into the case is underway and the police has so far detained 18 people.
Now on to a story, viewers, that we have been tracking for the last 1 week. A young life lost and serious questions remain unanswered. New eyewitness videos have now emerged in the death of Noida techie Yuvraj Mehta, renewing the theory of negligence and a complete cover-up. Despite police, ambulance and fire teams being present at the spot, Yuvraj Mehta was left struggling for his life. He pleaded, he screamed, he shouted for help, but to no avail. Why did the rescue fail and who is responsible? Republic now brings you the eyewitness account that only intensifies the hashtag Progress for People campaign.
Progress for the People, a people's campaign that we hope will bring justice to Noida techie Yuvraj Mehta. A week after his demise, more videos have emerged that reconfirm a massive cover-up. A 1-minute 44-second video has emerged which shows the negligence of rescue teams.
प्रशासन और ये सब लोग, एम्बुलेंस है लेकिन पुलिस है और सब है, ये अभी तक देखो मतलब वो लड़का जो है डूब चुका है, हमारी आंखों के सामने तड़प तड़प के वो डूबा है, लेकिन ये उसको बचा नहीं पाए। लगभग 11:45 11:50 का टाइम होगा तब वो गाड़ी कूदी थी और मैं यहाँ पे पहुँचा 12 बजे, तो तब तक यहाँ पे पुलिस की गाड़ी थी। बस मैं आया तो देखो ये प्रशासन और सब प्रशासन है यहाँ पर अपनी फॉर्मेलिटी पूरे कर रहे हैं। देखो पर अबे वो डूब चुका है। हमारे दोस्त है एक मौनी, वो हमें पता नहीं था क्या है क्या नहीं है, तो हमें पता नहीं था कि उसको तैरना आता है, बट वो कूदा गया तैरने, लेकिन उसे मिला नहीं, वो डूब चुका था, हमारे सामने वो डूब चुका था, वो तड़प तड़प के डूबा, उसने दम तोड़ा। उससे पहले लाइट दिखा रहा था, खड़ा था, हमारे करीब था बहुत, लेकिन ये कोई उसे बचा नहीं पाया। देखो भाई ये ज़िंदगी है, इसे थोड़ा संभल के, ये बहुत अनमोल है। आज मैंने देखा कि उसकी जान मेरी आंखों के सामने कैसे गई। कुछ नहीं है जान जाने में, ज़माना सिर्फ बातें बनाता है एक बहाने में।
The young man said that despite having resources, the Noida techie's life could not be saved. In the video, the young man alleged that the police, ambulance and fire personnel were present at the scene, yet the young man drowned right in front of them, struggling for his life. So the question now is unavoidable. How did a young man drown to death despite police, ambulance and the fire teams being present on the spot? Where did the rescue fail and who will be taking responsibility? Republic has been tracking this case from day one, confronting everyone, amplifying the voice of the people, and we will continue to demand accountability until justice is delivered for Yuvraj.
Now on to Jammu and Kashmir, viewers. In continuation of the anti-terror operations in the valley, steel core bullets were recovered from slain Pakistani terror commander Usman, who's a top Jaish-e-Mohammed operative in Kathua. Now, this comes even as another operation is unfolding in the Kishtwar district, codenamed Trashi-I. The operation was launched last Sunday following specific intelligence about a terror hideout in the dense forests of the Sonar and Singhpora areas of the Chatru belt. More in this report.
A major anti-terror operation is underway at Jammu and Kashmir's Kishtwar district, where security forces locked in fierce clashes with suspected Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists deep inside dense forests. The operation, codenamed Trashi-I, and today a chilling recovery. 5.56 mm steel core bullets, designed to pierce through bulletproof jackets of security forces and are typically used with US-made M4 rifles. The Indian Army recovered these bullets from the killed Pakistani terror commander Usman. This JEM terrorist, who was neutralized by the security force after a 10-minute-long operation. The ammunition recovered underscores the lethal intent of terrorists being hunted in Jammu's forest belts. Usman was killed in a joint operation with the Jammu and Kashmir Police, Indian Army and Central Reserve Police Force in the Bilawar area of Kathua. For over 20 days, security forces tracked his movement, finally cornering and eliminating him just ahead of Republic Day. In another anti-terror crackdown, security forces destroyed a terror dhok, a temporary forest shelter used by Jaish terrorists to hide, rest and evade surveillance. Forces uncovered a fortified bunker, stocked with food supplies, LPG cylinders and essentials, clearly indicating plans for a long-duration stay. Launched last Sunday, the Operation Trashi-I targeted Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists hiding into deep forest areas following precise intelligence inputs. On the first day of the mission, joint teams of security forces walked into a heavy-graded automatic fire from 2 or 3 terrorists. 8 soldiers were injured in the exchange. Special Forces Havildar Gajendra Singh later succumbed to his injuries, laying down his life in the line of duty. From Kathua to Kishtwar, from steel core bullets to destroyed forest hideouts, Operation Trashi-I is far from over. With Republic Day around the corner, India's security forces remain on high alert, determined to wipe out every last terror threat.
Elimination of top Jaish-e-Mohammed commander Usman comes as a big success for the security forces, as he was active in the area for more than 4 years. He infiltrated from Pakistan after getting specialized jungle warfare training and was giving a tough time to the security forces, as he was involved in more than half a dozen terror attacks ranging from the Doda district to Udhampur to Kathua district. But after getting the specific intel information, security forces jointly swung into the action. Operation was launched, and in a 10-minute swift operation, the forces were able to bring down one of the deadliest commanders of Jaish-e-Mohammed in Jammu and Kashmir. He is believed to have infiltrated using the Samba-Kathua international border route way back in 2021-22, and since then he was one of the biggest of the Tanzim in Jammu and Kashmir. But after this operation that lasted for more than 20 days but was executed in just 10 minutes has led to this big success to the security forces.
Viewers, from high-altitude warfare units and mounted cavalry in full combat gear to unmanned ground vehicles, drone warfare and advanced missile systems, this year's Republic Day parade reflects a force that is modern, indigenous and operationally ready. With this being the first Republic Day parade post-Operation Sindoor, our team went on ground in Jaipur and spoke to the officers behind these formidable weapons to understand what it takes to operate them and what they signal about India's defence posture.
Being the first Republic Day parade after Operation Sindoor and ahead of the celebrations and parade, Republic TV spoke to the contingent officers leading the show. First, we spoke to Captain Harshita, who is the contingent commander of the Remount Veterinary Corps. She explained that animals who participate in battlefield will mark their debut.
This time the Remount Veterinary Corps contingent is very uniquely curated. We are having 2 Bactrian camels from Ladakh, 4 Zanskari ponies, 4 raptors, and then we have army dogs that are taking part in the contingent. Amongst the army dogs, we are using 5 types of indigenous breed.
Lieutenant Amit Chaudhary, leading the Mixed Scouts contingent during Republic Day, says scouts are recruited from the local area, which give the armed forces a ground advantage.
Scouts is basically based on the concept of sons of the soil, where recruitment is done from the local area because the local troops are well versed with the area and with the weather conditions as well. Scouts is majorly deployed in high altitude and they have exceptional mountaineering skills, whether it be navigating through vertical rock faces, and they have a high endurance in such high altitude areas as well.
This is Ahan Kumar, the contingent commander of the 61st Cavalry. They will be showcased in full combat uniform.
Since the theme of the parade, we have to showcase the battle array formation and cavalry, which has an operational role of surveillance in cross-country terrain where vehicles cannot enter, and it is difficult for the soldier on foot to travel for long-range patrols. That's where horses are used, and we are showcasing our combat role in the parade.
Captain Vikas Yadav, who is the contingent commander of the 1 Gorkha Rifles, also spoke to us regarding the types of vehicles that will be showcased.
As part of infantry contingent, we are showcasing unmanned ground vehicle. This is the first time we are showcasing on Republic Day parade, and under Atmanirbhar Bharat, we are inducting these vehicles into army.
Drones have played a vital role in Operation Sindoor, and Captain D. Mukherjee, who is the contingent commander of Drone Shakti, spoke to us about the importance of drones.
Drones have become vital components of multi-domain warfare and help us achieve operational success in the modern battlefield. So, Project Drone Shakti, it symbolizes the Indian Army's integrated framework for the sustenance and development of drones in the forward areas itself.
India has always been ahead when it comes to missiles, from BrahMos, the world's fastest cruising missile, to the Nag missile systems. We spoke to Lieutenant Shashank Sharma, the contingent commander of Nag missile system, who explains about this robust missile system and what to expect in the parade.
Nag missile system is developed by DRDO, and this time we have got the Nag missile Mark II. And this time we have got 4 launchers along with 30mm gun and 7.62 PKT.
With such firepower in store, we can only expect the best out of this year's Republic Day and the firepower of the Indian Armed Forces.
And finally, viewers, on to our big international headline of the day. Iran has warned the United States that any military strike would be treated as an all-out war as the American military build-up intensifies across the Middle East. The warning came as US warships and strategic assets moved closer to the region. Tehran has said that there would be no distinction between limited or full-scale attacks and warned that its sovereignty and interests would be defended at any cost. The latest on the standoff.
Death toll in Iran's crackdown on protesters has crossed 5,000. And Donald Trump is raising the stakes amid the chaos. After returning from World Economic Forum meet, Trump dropped a bombshell. He said an American armada is heading towards the Middle East. US officials say aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln and several guided missile destroyers will arrive in Middle East in coming days.
We have a big force going toward Iran. I'd rather not see anything happen, but we're watching them very closely. I stopped 837 hangings on Thursday. They would have been dead. Every one of them would have been hung. This is like from 1,000 years ago. This is an ancient culture. Very smart people, by the way, but it's an ancient culture. 837, mostly young men, were going to be hung on Thursday. And I said, if you hang those people, you're going to be hit harder than you've ever been hit. It'll make what we did to your Iran nuclear look like peanuts. And an hour before this horrible thing was going to take place, they canceled it. And they actually said they canceled it. They didn't postpone it. They canceled it. So that was a good sign. But we have an armada. We have a massive fleet heading in that direction. And maybe we won't have to use it. We'll see.
Trump's warning has irked Iran. A senior Iranian official said that country will treat any attack as an all-out war against us, and we will respond in the hardest way possible. Reports suggest additional air defense systems are being deployed around US and Israeli air bases. UK, at Doha's request, would also send RAF Eurofighter Typhoon jets from 12th Squadron to Qatar. This is not the first ever threat by Donald Trump. About 2 weeks ago, the situation was volatile. Trump had said Iranians should keep up the demonstrations and help is on its way. At the time, Trump was told that Iran had stopped the executions of arrested protesters. But if Trump does decide to launch an attack on Iran, another war front will be opened in the already conflict-ridden Middle East.
And on that note, viewers, we end this edition of 6 Stories at 6. Thanks so much for watching.